never defeat me with inaccurate shots like that. Try as you may, you will never hit my funny weak point. Hey folks, welcome back to another episode of How I Did That. Today we're going to be talking about how I did Corroded Locale. Is that what the animation's called? This is a concept I've had for a while. It's one of those things where I have an idea and I think that it's too far beyond my scope. So I'm going to put it off and wait until I get better so that I can approach it with a better skill set. And of course, I don't think it's ever possible to truly reach the skill set that you want to have. So I thought I would just make it with the skill set that I currently have. And of course, it didn't come out as good as what I wanted it to be. Largely my fault, I will admit. I was not very productive lately. It's very hot summertime. And also I'm just kind of unproductive. Let's look past that. So yeah, there was going to be more like slow-mo close-up, Mortal Kombat type bullet going through, showing what's underneath. I actually did model, if we come down here, we have all the backup stuff. Here we have all the the gibs. These weren't gibs, these were used as booleans for this guy, so that you can see through all the bullet holes. But here you can see that I did model out the start of a skeleton, so that when the guy would get shredded, you would be able to see the bone poking through. Of course, the final result did not have as much of that shreddedness as I was hoping for. It was just a lot of small holes, rather than being, barely held together with muscles and bones and such. But I also have the bullet firing there. There's torn cloth fragments that you can barely see in the actual animation. So this guy's lip sync was done in Photoshop. That's how I do all the 2D animation stuff. So I just recorded myself doing the little ha ha ha. You're gonna have to try harder than that, sharpshooter. Yeah, that was just a little thing I recorded. Brought it into Photoshop to do the lip sync pretty quick. I think at the start it was pretty on point, and then later on I sort of got more lazy, so the lip sync sort of fell off, but I think it's fine. A lot of this stuff reused from Rusted Resolve, mainly just the rocks, the plants, and the guns. The gun is probably the most notable part. It's sort of like a spiritual successor, because this guy is not the same guy that was in Rusted Resolve, but it's close enough that you could assume it's the same. And he's even got the rusted gun. Yeah, all of the blood and stuff that was done in Paint 3D with the 3D convert from drawing thing. Yeah. So to get the result of all the bullet holes and stuff, that was all done with booleans. I guess none of the progress that I made last night at 2 a.m. saved, so I can't really show you exactly what happened, but I guess I can show you. Hold on. This is basically what the process was. So you take the thing, and then I just stretched it out like this, put it in, and then you just go through each guy, each body part, hit it with the boolean, boolean, boolean. Got the root. There's probably a way easier, faster way of doing this, but yeah. I also there's a second skin model inside the skin model. You can see that the skin model actually has a solidify, because the inside is the pink meaty version. So if we do that, and we hide this, you can see the holes. And inside, I guess you can't really see it all. If we take away the clothes, you can sort of see the wound there. There's also the first shot. If I turn on Boolean, so you can see doing it like this was very laggy because Booleans are not well, I'm not exactly sure what it is that makes them lag out Blender so much, but yeah, I basically ended up with like 6 booleans on it. So anytime I would rotate the camera or switch frame, as you can see, I just press the back frame button, and it's it's not responding again. So unfortunately, the ending couldn't be as anything. I was gonna say as animated, but yeah, it was just 2 frames on the guy. I had to go in on Premiere and manually animate one of the frames because the the pan was too jarring, so I had to add a bit of blowback so that it flowed better, which is very frustrating to do very late in the morning. Let's hop into Premiere Pro. I think that's everything from Blender. Yeah, I also wanted to do more like complicated designs for the costumes, but that would have taken too long, and I didn't want to try and figure out how to do a good looking like poncho over the shoulder Clint Eastwood style. Let's take a look. Here we have the mosaic, my classic iconic mosaic that makes the pixels more noticeable. That's it turned on, and whoa, there we go, turned off. It's just like a little stylistic thing that I like. I also have this second layer here that adds a blur and a tiny bit of noise to make it look a bit more like retro aesthetic. Yeah, here's like the voice line. I had to like resync it, just dragging it in Premiere. It's fine. The final shot, you might have noticed in Blender that it's actually lit the exact same way. So I did day for night for my my animated thing. I just brought in Lumetri color, and yeah, I just shifted the tones and stuff to make it nighttime, because I didn't want to re-render the scene as night. Yeah, I also took off his face because I didn't want to redraw his face being like severely wounded. It's just, the music was basically what I did for the first Bush Ranger animation. Same like audio file, FL Studio file, I mean. Different notes. I originally made the more like this battle theme. I'll play that for you. So that was originally like the showdown music, but I think it would work better with having like a more ambient sort of the calm before the storm sort of music like this. So yeah, I did like the showdown music, then I checked the timing in Premiere, because in Premiere I would render like a shot or two, bring it into Premiere Pro, and then do all the timing stuff. Because if you look here, some of the frames are more drawn out because the entire time I was working in Blender it was very slow to respond. So I just had to try and guess how the timing was. I think generally I did pretty good, but yeah. All the same sound effects from Rusted Resolve. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching.
Bye-bye, mate.